Hi, and welcome to Bible Walkthrough. This is Wes Warner.
I'm Adam Ayers.
And Adam, I've been wondering something. I got this curl just right. What do you think of my mustache?
Does this shirt make me look short? Today on Bible Walkthrough, is it okay to lie? So our question today comes to us in reference to Rahab and the invasion of Jericho by the Israelites. And the question is, when is it okay to lie? And that passage may not be the best passage for the question. So if our contributor doesn't mind, we'll go to another passage that is a little bit more problematic, and it has to do with basically the same issue. And that is Exodus chapter 1, where the midwives of Egypt are instructed to kill the male babies of the Hebrews by Pharaoh. And then Pharaoh calls them to account. And it says that the king of Egypt spoke to the Hebrew midwives and asked them, what's going on? Why are there still baby boys? And they say, the Hebrew women, they're just so lively. By the time we get there, boom, the baby's already there. We make a trip for nothing. And the issue there is that it says, verse 20, therefore God dealt well with the midwives, and the people multiplied and grew very mighty. And so it was because the midwives feared God that he provided households for them. So not only does God bless the lie, it also associates the lie with being the fear of God. So they are lying to Pharaoh for the fear of God, that's a very difficult passage theologically. Now, narratively, when we look at the story, it's pretty obvious. They lie, and God blesses them, because the lie is to protect the babies, and really to protect the Hebrew nation, and that's why it's the fear of God. So the problem then is, when is it okay to lie? And this passage doesn't give us a lot to work with here. So what do you think, Wes?
Well, I think about Jesus and other scriptures that talk about lying. And I know it's clear God has told his followers not to lie, not to give false testimony. It's in the Ten Commandments. And it's very clear not to do that, not to lie to one another, in like Leviticus or
Numbers 23.
Numbers 20.
23:19. You shall not steal, neither deal falsely, neither lie one to another.
Exactly. And Jesus says, let your word be your word. Let yes be yes, no be no. Just speak the truth. So it's very clear God expects us to speak the truth to each other. But at the same time, he blessed the lies of the midwives. He blessed Rahab when she lied to her own king to save the Israelites. And he also it's even recorded in Kings that he lied to
Ahab.
King Ahab, right?
Yeah. 1 Kings 22.
1 Kings 22, which is an interesting video. You might want to check that out. He himself lied. God lied, it says. So you might want to check that out.
Mm-hmm.
So when is it appropriate to lie? And in those contexts, I see people dying as a result, or people's lives being saved. And the way I see it, it's used in acts of war. Lying is used in acts of war when God wants to kill people, like he did in the Kings 22, or to save somebody's life. So when lives can be saved in acts of war, I think that's when God is blessing people for lying. And I don't see that any other way, because I don't like lying at all. But it looks like he blesses those situations. What do you think?
I think that is, it's very insightful that lying appears to be an act of absolute antagonism.
Mm-hmm.
That is combat.
Mm-hmm.
To lie is to put an enemy situation.
Mm-hmm.
That if we are at like you say, at war, if it's an ambush, if it is you want the other person's life, then lying is considered, in essence, a weapon of destruction.
Yep, exactly.
So that would make sense with the biblical accounts that we do find When someone lies to someone, that's because I want to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
That would...
Or even when David lied to the priests, he didn't mean for them to die.
But they end up dying.
But his lie caused their deaths in... What passage was that?
That's 1 Samuel.
1 Samuel. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the priest at Nob. So it appears that, like it says in Proverbs, life and death are in the power of the tongue, and those that love it will eat its fruit. Mm-hmm. Which would mean that, yes, if there is a situation in which there is life and death, and it's the situation of lying as combat, apparently that's an acceptable tool.
Like Jews in the Holocaust.
Jews in the Holocaust.
You would hide them and lie about it to save their life.
I think at the same time as Christians we could say, I will not lie, knowing you're probably going to lose your life if you don't. And that's an acceptable sacrifice. Like Rahab could have said, I'm not going to tell you. And the king probably would have killed her. Same thing the midwives could have said to Pharaoh, we're not going to tell you. And they would have lost their lives. It's a life or death thing. In the Holocaust era, people could have said, when inquired about Jews, they could have said, we will not say a thing. We will not say where they are. We will not say if we have them. We will not say a thing. They would have lost their lives, but that's an acceptable option. So it's a life or death scenario, which means, do these pants make me look fat is not really the scenario. If you lie to someone in that situation, you have actually turned them into your enemy. You're not lying to keep a friend. You are lying to destroy someone's life. Mm-hmm. And if you lie in that situation, it's a little bit like using a chainsaw to take out a splinter. Mm-hmm. It's not good. Mm-hmm. So life or death, apparently, yes, someone's going to die. Mm-hmm. Someone's going to die.
It's good. That's what I take out of it too. Like, don't tell lies. Never tell lies, because you need to be very careful with your words. You need to be speaking blessings on people, not cursing them. And if you let out a lie, you could cause the destruction of somebody else.
Life and death are in the power of the tongue.
Be very careful with your words.
Mm-hmm. It's like a loaded gun. Mm-hmm. Or you never point a gun at someone or something you aren't willing to kill. Mm-hmm. Never point a lie. Mm-hmm. No. It's not a friendly act. Mm-hmm. It's not an act of compassion.
Mm-mm. It's not something you do to someone you love.
No, at all.
Mm-mm. At all.
Well, and on that, we are not lying. We're telling you the truth.
So my mustache is...
Your mustache, Wes, is very rounded. I think that is the most rounded mustache I have ever seen.
Thanks for being kind. You're awesome.
I'm telling you the truth.
Yes.
It's very round. Well, we will see you next time and next text on Bible Walkthrough. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye.